Welcome to Valley Ranch, home of the Cowboys. Hi, I'm Troy Aikman. Chances are you're watching this tape because you want to improve your quarterback skills. Well, you've come to the right place. This tape is to help all you aspiring quarterbacks fulfill your potential. I hope you find it a valuable tool in helping you reach your goals. Coming up, I'm going to demonstrate the fundamentals of playing quarterback and discuss mental and physical preparations. I understand that few people have the physical skills to be a professional quarterback, but with the proper technique and practice, everybody can improve. So whether you're planning to someday take my place or just want to throw better in your pickup game, this tape is designed to help you meet that goal. The basis for mastering proper technique is repetition. So it makes sense that if you increase your strength and endurance, you'll be able to recover quicker and throw more frequently, which in turn will make you a better passer. I recommend, however, that before you start any exercise, you stretch. Stretching increases your flexibility, which reduces the risk of injury. The more limber you are, the more mobile. Working on flexibility is necessary for developing your potential as a quarterback. The benefits of spending time on flexibility will help you prevent injuries by increasing the range of movement for your muscles and joints. Think of your muscles as rubber bands. The greater the stretch, the more elastic energy your muscles will be able to create when throwing the ball. As with all forms of exercise, proper technique is essential when working on flexibility. When working on your flexibility, strive to achieve the following recommendations. Stretch your muscles to a point when you feel a slight stretching sensation. Attempt to hold the stretch for at least 5 seconds. If you start to feel pain in your muscles or discomfort, you have stretched too far. Immediately decrease the length of the muscle you are attempting to stretch to prevent injury. It is important to relax as much as possible when performing flexibility exercises. Proper breathing will allow you to achieve a greater state of relaxation. Breathe in before beginning the stretch and slowly exhale as you lengthen the muscle you are stretching. Now that you're limber, let's talk about running. Running increases your endurance. You must be fit to react physically and mentally to the pressures of playing quarterback. When you're tired, there's a greater chance of injury. Also, you can't think as clear and react as well when you're tired. After all, being an effective quarterback isn't all physical. Personally, I run both for distance and do some sprint work for speed. As with all exercises, start out easy and slowly work your way up, gradually increasing your distance. I find this next series of exercises to be very valuable. Experience has taught me that the key to a good throwing motion is proper footwork. You must be nimble of foot in order to set and throw properly. Quick feet will help you move well in the throwing pocket. Sometimes all it takes is a small sidestep to buy you the time you need to find an open receiver. I do a series of exercises using the ropes to prepare myself. Here you will see in the first rope drill where I'm working on lateral movement. The important thing to work on here is the movement of the feet and the quickness of the feet and getting them up and down as quickly as possible. Let's see that again. I try to lift my foot and place it in the center of the next section as I move laterally down the ropes. Let's look at that from another angle. From this angle, you can see that I am on the balls of my feet as I transfer my weight for each step. In the second rope drill, the idea is also quickness of the feet, but more involving reacting and getting your foot up and down throughout the rope drill. Notice in this drill that I try to make both of my feet touch the same spot in each of the rope sections. When you first start out, don't worry about how fast you do the drill, but concentrate on good technique. Speed will come as your agility level improves. Quarterbacks need to develop sufficient strength to absorb a hit while throwing the ball. The rewards of proper weight training are helping your body and preventing injuries by strengthening all your muscles and joints. Think of your muscles as shock absorbers that will provide you the necessary muscular strength for shedding off a defensive lineman and running with the ball out of the pocket. As with all other exercises, proper technique is necessary when performing weightlifting exercises. When performing weightlifting exercises, strive to achieve the following recommendations. Always use proper form and technique. Always choose a weight that will permit you to perform full range of motion and complete the number of assigned sets and repetitions. Always control the weight while slowly lowering and raising the weight. This will enable you to prevent injuries while building essential muscular strength. Proper breathing will assist you in building the maximum amount of strength from your weightlifting exercises. Breathe in while lowering the weight and breathe out when raising the weight. Always train with spotters when performing weightlifting exercises to provide assistance when necessary. Weightlifting exercises can be performed on machines with free weights. Machine weights are recommended when attempting to isolate and strengthen a specific muscle and joint. Machine trapezius extensions. This exercise promotes strengthening the trapezius and neck muscles and is extremely important for preventing neck injuries in football. After assuming a proper and comfortable starting position, slowly raise the weight by extending your neck and shoulders to full extension in a very controlled manner. To lower the weight, slowly lower your shoulders and neck in a very controlled fashion, returning to the starting position. Breathe in before extending your shoulders and neck, and breathe out while lowering your shoulders and neck. Machine side lateral raises will strengthen your deltoids or shoulder muscles that receive and deliver blows in football. After assuming a proper and comfortable starting position, slowly raise the weight by extending your shoulders and arms together in an outwards manner until reaching full extension. To lower the weight, slowly lower your shoulders and arms until reaching the starting position. Breathe in before extending your shoulders and arms while breathe out when lowering the weight. Machine pullovers will strengthen the pectorals, abdominals, and tricep muscles for delivering a stiff arm necessary in football. After assuming a proper and comfortable starting position, slowly raise the weight by extending your arms in a downward fashion to full extension. Lower the weight by slowly raising your arms in an upward position. Breathe out while extending your arms downward, and breathe in while raising your arms. Machine back extensions are important for strengthening your lower back muscles in all phases of football performance. After assuming a proper and comfortable starting position, slowly raise the weight by extending your back against the pad until you reach full extension. To lower the weight, slowly bring your body forward to the starting position. Breathe in at the starting position while breathing out during the back extension phase. Machine leg extensions are good for building strong quadriceps or thigh muscles in your legs. These muscles allow you to run and extend your body effectively. After assuming a proper and comfortable starting position, slowly raise the weight by extending both your legs in an outward direction. To lower the weight, slowly lower both legs until you have reached the starting position. Breathe in before extending both legs outward, while breathing out when lowering both legs. Machine leg curls are very important for strengthening the hamstrings or back of leg muscles and calf muscles. These muscles permit your body to stop suddenly and jump greater heights. After assuming a proper and comfortable starting position, slowly raise the weight by curling both legs towards your back in an upward direction until reaching full extension. To lower the weight, slowly lower both legs until you have reached the starting position. Breathe in before curling both legs, while breathing out when lowering both legs. After lifting, I like to stretch out my muscles again and throw a few balls to stay loose. I continue to lift through the season, and when the season's over, I take a few weeks off and then get right back at it. It's easier to maintain your fitness than it is to start all over again each year. Do not overdo it. When you overtrain, your technique breaks down and the effectiveness of the exercise is diminished.
395. Right there. That's it, Brock.
Now let's focus on some of the techniques for the position. You can't make a play without the ball, and a quarterback can't get the ball without taking a snap. There are different ways to take a snap. I've always done it with thumbs together, keeping my hands open all the time. If you close your hands and the center delivers the ball unexpectedly, you could end up with some broken fingers. If you only open your hands when you expect the ball, defensive players will pick up on that and you'll be tipping the snap. Apply pressure to the centers behind so he knows where your hands are and he has a good target. Keep contact as the center moves forward while delivering the ball. After you have the ball, cradle it against your body. It's important to seat the ball. All other motions come from there. The quarterback should have a solid stance with your weight centered over the balls of your feet. Back straight, your feet shoulder width apart, and with one foot a half a step back. You push off with the opposite foot from the direction you are going. Okay, now let's put it all together. Remember, keep your thumbs together and your hands open. Apply pressure to the centers behind with your top hand as he delivers the ball. Make sure he can feel the pressure so he can deliver the ball on target every time. Let's take another look at that in slow motion. Always be aware of your footwork and seat the ball. Look at how I do it. Keep your feet shoulder width apart and your weight centered on the balls of your feet. Push off with the opposite foot from where you are going. All of this together should get you ready to move to the next step. Once you have the ball, you want to advance it. Depending on the play called, you're either going to hand off, run, or pass. Say you are fortunate to have a back like Emmitt Smith to hand it to. You'd probably want to do that as often as possible. Push off your opposite foot, extend your arm fully, and make contact with your back as deep in the backfield as you can, and place it in the runner's pocket. Don't slam it in. Make sure to look the ball into the pocket. Your footwork will depend on the type of play. Let's see that again. You want to push off with the opposite foot and deliver the ball firmly with your arm fully extended. Take deep, controlled steps to meet the running back as far in the backfield as possible. If you have a running back that runs well on the perimeter, you can help him get there quickly with a pitch out. As always, you start out in the same stance, but in order to gain momentum for the pitch, you reverse pivot. That is, you turn into the pitch. Launch the ball with two hands, softly but firmly. Deliver the ball just above the waist and aim for the back's lead shoulder. Let's look at that from another angle. Pay close attention to my footwork. Let's see that again. This time, watch my hands. Here is how I practice that. Reverse pivot so you will get the defense moving in the opposite direction of the pitch. Aim for the back's lead shoulder while releasing the ball with both hands. Sometimes you want the defense to think you're going to run instead of pass, so you fake the handoff to the running back. This play action can influence the defense and help your receivers get open. Everything about a fake handoff is the same as a handoff, except you give the runner your hand instead of the ball. Hold the ball tight against your body and put your back to the defense to hide the ball. Once you've done that, it's really up to the back to sell the fake hard. Let's see that again. And notice that by my second step, I have concealed the ball from the defense, allowing me to give the running back my empty hand instead of the football. In order to sell the fake to the defense, there is a little acting required by the quarterback as well as the running back. So, you must use the same techniques as if you are really giving the running back the ball. It is very important to follow through with every motion in order for this to work. Being a quarterback is more than proper technique. More so than any position in team sports, being quarterback requires you to step up and be a leader. Your teammates are looking for you to be a leader, and in order to be an effective leader, you must have the respect of your teammates. That respect, however, must be earned. It doesn't just come with the jersey. Lead in a manner with which you are comfortable. If you're not a vocal type, lead by example. Your message will still come through loud and clear. When you're in the huddle, no one else should talk. They should all be listening to your instructions. Deliver them clearly with confidence. Make sure you know your assignments. Be a student of the game and study hard. There are plenty of gifted athletes that aren't students of the game, and because of that, don't live up to their potential. Realize that when the coach corrects you, it's meant to improve your performance. It isn't a criticism to be taken personally. The coach just wants you to play to the best of your ability. Let's get to passing technique. Everyone can throw the ball well with proper technique. While you often hear people talk about arm strength, passing really involves your whole body. But I firmly believe that your feet are the most important part of throwing a football. Once you drop back, you want to have your weight balanced over the balls of your feet. As you step, don't overextend or come up too short as you release the ball. If you overextend, the throw will be low. Let's take another look at that and see how the overextension forces me out of a good throwing position. If your step is too short, the ball will take off on you. In slow motion, you can tell that underextending my foot keeps me from following through with a good throwing motion. Let's look at that from another angle. If you throw from either of these two examples, your completion percentage will be low and the number of interceptions will be high. So if you're seeing these results, check your footwork and make the proper adjustments. Proper footwork will save your arm from overexertion and allow you to deliver the ball to your receivers with accuracy and consistency. Make sure to turn your hips as you release. This will help you transfer the power from your upper body to your arm. The motion of your throwing arm should be from your ear to across the front of your body. Bend your elbow at 90 degrees as you cock your arm. If you drop your elbow, the nose of the ball goes up and your pass suffers. Let's take a look at that again. As you release the ball, your hand should rotate with the middle finger, the last to leave the ball. When it all comes together, it should look like this. Get in the good stance. You want to have your weight balanced over the balls of your feet. If you overextend, the throw will be low. Don't underextend or come up short because your passes will be too high. Make sure to turn your hips as you release. This will help you transfer the power from your upper body to your arm. The motion of your throwing arm should be from your ear to across the front of your body. Bend your elbow at 90 degrees as you cock your arm. If you drop your elbow, the nose of the ball goes up and your pass suffers. Let's take a look at that again. Remember, don't overextend or come up too short as you release the ball. Your hand should rotate with the middle finger, the last to leave the ball. Remember, it's not how hard you throw the ball, but accuracy that counts. Completions are more impressive than how hard you throw. A ball thrown with good touch that anticipates a receiver's placement is more catchable than a ball thrown hard. Always aim for a spot. Know where you want to throw the ball and use your technique to deliver it there. Don't just play catch, aim for a spot and work on your accuracy. When gripping the football, use the laces, but find a grip that is comfortable for you. Use whatever grip that comes naturally. My own grip is unusual. I find it comfortable to grip the ball with my palm over the laces, but most importantly, it's what is comfortable for you. When gripping the football, use the laces, but find a grip that is comfortable for you. Use whatever grip that comes naturally. Let's take a look at 3-step, 5-step, and 7-step drops. With all straight dropbacks, right-handed quarterbacks should push off the left foot. In each case, the first step is the depth step. The first step is the depth step. The last 2 steps of every drop are the gathering steps. That is, the first is for distance behind the line of scrimmage, and the last 2 steps are to gather your feet underneath as you step up and throw. Now let's talk specifically about the 3-step drop. Here, the first step is for depth, and the last 2 steps are for gathering your feet. And on the 3-step drop, you throw the ball on the 3rd step. This step is designed to let the quarterback deliver the ball quickly and is typically used with shorter pass routes. At this angle, you clearly see that I get most of my depth in my 1st step. And from this angle, you can see how I bring my feet quickly under control in my gathering step. The same would apply for a 5-step drop, except the first 3 steps are for depth behind the line of scrimmage, and the last 2 are still gathering your feet for the throw. The 5-step drop has an added step called the hitch step. The hitch step is the forward throwing step that allows you to transfer your weight and your power into the throw. It is very important to practice these motions. Try walking through them slowly. When you feel comfortable that your technique is correct, increase your speed. In the 7-step drop, the first 5 steps are for depth, and the last 2 are again to gather your feet beneath you. The 7-step drop also has a hitch step. Notice my footwork and arm motion as I hitch step and throw. The 5 and 7-step drops will give you time and a better field of vision for completing mid and long range passes. Take time to practice the hitch step and do it consistently. This will give you good passing mechanics and ultimately good completion percentages. Practice stepping up into the passing pocket and transferring your weight for the throw. On a sprint pass, it is important that you get your shoulders turned back upfield parallel to the line of scrimmage. This is especially important when you're going to your left. On the rollout, it is important to gain depth as you come out.
Just a little bit more this way, then as it comes out, then you got a chance to make it. All right, Riverside.
As you roll out, it is important to get your shoulders turned towards the line of scrimmage before making the throw. It will take more than just a few throws following these instructions to improve your skills. You must master the technique if you're going to improve. And as I said at the beginning of this tape, repetition is the key to improving your technique. And when it all comes together for us on a Sunday afternoon, it looks easy. But all that excitement is the result of hours of practice and preparation that began back in March. Nothing comes easy, and things don't always work out the way we'd like. But don't give up. With all straight dropbacks, right-handed quarterbacks should push off the left foot. In each case, the first step is the depth step. The first step is the depth step. The last 2 steps of every drop are the gathering steps. That is, the first is for distance behind the line of scrimmage, and the last 2 steps are to gather your feet underneath as you step up and throw. On a 3-step drop, you throw on the 3rd step. The same would apply for a 5-step drop, except the first 3 steps are for depth behind the line of scrimmage, and the last 2 are still gathering your feet for the throw. On the 5 and 7-step drops, you also have a hitch step. That is, a step up into the passing pocket that will transfer your weight for the throw and help your lineman with pass protection. In the 7-step drop, the first 5 steps are for depth, and as always, the last 2 are still for gathering. It is important that you get your shoulders turned back upfield parallel to the line of scrimmage. This is especially important when you're going to your left. When a quarterback and receiver practice together frequently, they can work on timing patterns. That is, the quarterback throws to a spot where he expects the receiver to be before the receiver starts his break to that spot. I think one of Michael's real strengths as a receiver, number one, is his work ethic. No one on our football team works as hard as what Michael does, and I think a lot of us sometimes have a tendency to look at the way he plays the position and think that it all comes very naturally for him. In reality, we understand that it's through a lot of hard work and working on proper technique and doing the little things which enables him to get open against some of the very best defensive backs in football. I know a lot of times in ball games, Michael will come up to me and politely try to tell me that he's doing a good job on his route and that I should look for him a little bit more. And I know what he's doing, though. He wants me to look for him every time I drop back. And a quarterback would be kind of foolish not to, but at the same time, there are other guys that play, and I've got to try to get to other people. But Michael certainly does a great job, and I'm real fortunate to have him on my ball club. Avoid throwing the interception. If your receivers are covered, you know the protection won't last forever, so get rid of the ball by throwing it away. Don't take the sack. 2nd and 10 is better than 2nd and 20. As a quarterback, you understand that when the team wins, you get much of the credit, and when the teams lose, you get too much of the blame. I've certainly been on both ends of that. Back in 1989, my rookie season, our team finished 1-15, and as a starting quarterback, I was 0-11. So going from 0-11 to also being a Super Bowl champion, I've been on both ends and understand what playing the position is all about. I try to keep all of that in perspective by realizing that that's just part of the job, and as a quarterback, you've got to learn to accept those things if you're going to be the leaders we talked about earlier in this film for the football team. We've talked about a lot of drills and techniques that have helped me reach my goals. Let's take a couple minutes and review so I can help you try to reach your goals. As I mentioned in the opening segment of this video, it is very important to stretch all your muscles. Always check with your doctor and team trainers before beginning any workout or training programs. Don't be afraid to lift weights to strengthen your entire body, but lift and run consistently. Remember, repetition is better than how much you can lift, and always use a spotter. The key to good throwing motion is good footwork. You don't have to have these ropes. You can use any rope or straps to lay on the ground. Just make sure they are soft so you don't injure yourself if you fall down. Go through these drills slow, making sure your technique is correct. Then gradually increase your speed for agility. When you're taking the snap from the center, always keep your hands open with your thumbs together. Maintain pressure to the centers behind with your top hand as the center delivers the ball. As you pivot away from the center, firmly cradle the ball against your chest with both hands. This will allow you to have a free and controlled running motion. As in any football position, a good consistent stance is a starting point of good consistent play. So it is very important to remember to keep your weight centered over the balls of your feet. Always push off with the opposite foot from the direction you are going. Keep your back straight, your feet shoulder width apart, and your head up so you can read the defense. As a general rule, when handing the ball off to your running backs, you want to push off with the opposite foot and deliver the ball into the open end of the running back pocket. Meet him deep in the backfield with as few of steps as possible. Always deliver the ball firmly with your arm fully extended and your eyes on the ball in the running back's pocket. The pitch will help your running back get to the perimeter quickly. Reverse pivot so you will get the defense moving in the opposite direction of the pitch. This also will give you the momentum you need to deliver the ball softly but firmly. Aim for the back's lead shoulder while releasing the ball with both hands. If you're going to fake a handoff, you should make sure you maintain the same techniques as if you were actually going to give the running back the ball. The only difference is you give him your empty hand with the ball well hidden from the defense and firmly seated against your stomach with your other hand. Now let's review the throwing techniques. Remember to start with a good stance by balancing your weight over the balls of your feet. When you begin your throwing motion, transfer the power of your lower body to your upper body by turning your hips. Make sure your elbow stays at 90 degrees and your throwing motion starts at your ear and goes across the front of your body. As you release, the ball should rotate out of your hand with your middle finger being the last to leave the ball. When you step to throw, it is important not to overextend or underextend your throwing step. These examples will cause either high or low results. When gripping the football, you should use the laces as a part of your grip. But the most important thing is that you find a comfortable grip that gives you good ball control. Let's review the 3-step drop. We talked earlier about the 3, 5, and 7-step drop. With all 3 of these dropbacks, it is very important to concentrate on good footwork. When dropping straight back, you push off with the opposite foot from your throwing arm. With the 3-step drop, you want to get as much depth with the controlled first step. The second and third step let you gather your feet. On the third step, you plant your feet and throw. The 5-step drop has 3 depth steps, and the last 2 steps are for gathering your feet underneath you for the throw, unlike the 3-step drop. The 5-step drop has an added step called the hitch step. The hitch step is the forward throwing step that allows you to transfer your weight and your power into the throw. It is very important to practice these motions. Try walking through them slowly. When you feel comfortable that your technique is correct, increase your speed. In the 7-step drop, the first 5 steps are for depth, and the last 2 are again to gather your feet beneath you. Like the 5-step, the 7-step drop also has a hitch step. The 5 and 7-step drops will give you time and a better field of vision for completing mid and long-range passes. Take time to practice the hitch step and do it consistently. This will give you good passing mechanics and ultimately good completion percentages. Practice stepping up into the passing pocket and transferring your weight for the throw. In closing, don't forget the major points we talked about in this tape. Proper exercise and warm-up keep you strong and limber. Practice the fundamentals to perfect your technique. And hard work and repetition will help you master the art of being a quarterback. But most importantly, be a student of the game. I hope you enjoyed this tape. See you next time.
Michael Irvin is the premier wide receiver in professional football today. The same skills and techniques that Michael uses to elude defenders and score touchdowns against the best defenders in the league are explained and demonstrated for you in this entertaining and educational video. Michael will teach you all the right moves, from beating the defenders on deep pass routes to catching the football with confidence for that crucial first down. Michael will also explain his strategies for the game and break down his favorite pass routes for you and your friends to practice. Emmitt Smith is considered the most outstanding running back in recent history. His explosive running style and blazing speed have made him the most feared running back in the history of the game. In this tape, Emmitt explains and demonstrates the techniques and skills that have brought his game to this level. Emmitt will demonstrate and explain the skills that have made him a premier running back, from taking the handoff to running to that crucial first down. All aspects of the running game are covered.